A new survey shows that more Canadians are worried about being able to pay off their debts amid higher interest rates and the rising cost of living. This according to insolvency firm MNP. It finds that 52% of those asked say that they're $200 away or less for being unable to pay all their bills at the end of the month. For more on this, we're joined by David Gowling, Senior Vice President and licensed insolvency trustee at MNP. Thanks for joining us here at CP24 Live at noon. Let's start with how people in Ontario are doing.
Well, Ontario is struggling. I think everybody sort of sees that the cost of houses is going crazy, rent is going crazy, and then just the basic bills, groceries, gas, all of that is going up and up and up, and people are trying to make ends meet, and it's starting to crack. And I think if the interest rates are going even further, that's where we're going to see more activity as people are really struggling to pay these debts.
What do you mean by activity? What does that mean? Because they are going to go up on Wednesday, reportedly.
Yeah, well, and what you can see is it starts with you start cutting the discretionary expenses. That could be things like vacations, meals out, new washer, dryer, different things like that. Then it could also lead to things like just not being able to pay that credit card when it comes due at the end of the month, or not even being able to pay the minimum payment. As that happens, then people start to look at other lenders like payday loans, and then this just leads to a spiral that you can't get out of. And then that's where we end up having to help people to try and balance those debts back again, either through like a consumer proposal or last resort would be a bankruptcy. And
so isn't this what the Bank of Canada wants? They want people to curb their spending. Maybe don't go on that vacation. Maybe don't go out. They want to basically send us into a recession type experience. Isn't this all part of the plan?
I wish I knew the plan, because then I could do other things myself. But yeah, you don't know what the goal here is. They're saying they're trying to tame inflation. They say it's starting to work, but where does it end? How does that affect the average person who's just trying to put food on the table, get back and forth to work, and make sure that they've got a roof over their head?
So what are people supposed to do in this situation?
Well, I think the first place to start is look at that last credit card bill. Did you pay the full balance? Did you pay part of the balance, or were you struggling just to make that minimum payment? If you can pay the full balance, that's good. That means you have some cushion to weather the storm. If you're struggling to make that minimum payment, that's when you really have to look at the household expenses. It doesn't take much for those expenses to get out of hand because, everybody's busy all day running after kids, jobs, but it does take, it's worth it just to sit down for 10 minutes and look at what is being spent each month in the household to try and see, are there ways that they can get the spending back under control? And it's maybe not control, but balance, to balance it with the monthly income.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We do appreciate this chat. Hopefully some of that action you're talking about doesn't actually have to take place, because that kind of stuff is heartbreaking. Thank you very much for joining us.
All right. You're welcome. Have a good day.